Greetings, beloveds. Hey, it's Dr. Amanda Noel and my hot husband,
Jack.
and we're here to deliver the new moon astrology report for this upcoming new moon in Libra. It's happening on August 30th, 2019, and it's bringing together a blend of Martian, Mars warrior energy, that passion, that fire, with the Virgo, Virgin Mary, and a little bit of Venus energy as well for romance. So this is going to be a really interesting new moon. We have 3 things that you need to know, so let's dive in.
Let's dive in, y'all. So kickstart with excitement. This new moon is a fantastic time to follow your highest excitement.
It's the new moon of new moons.
So a little story from my life is about 6 years ago, actually 8 years, I was at a corporate job, being an engineer and following what society says I should do. My parents were like, oh my God, he's an engineer, it's great. And I was just sitting there in my office and just like, why am I doing this? I'm just like sitting behind a computer all day, working on these parts, and supposedly I'm being a good member of society. But I remember at the time I read this amazing book by Bruce Lee, and he talks about how almost everyone is playing these societal roles. We're role playing in society, but only a very few of us are listening to our deep inner voice that's inside of us at all times and following that and being our most truthful, authentic self in the world. And that takes courage. And I was so inspired by this book that I knew deep inside my heart, I knew that I had to follow my highest excitement in my life if I was going to be happy. So what I did is I started to follow my highest excitement, and this led me on my hero's journey. And what happens when you follow your highest excitement is 2 things. One, you either make a mistake. Maybe, I think a lot of us are afraid to follow our joy and excitement in life because, oh no, then I'll just eat ice cream all day, or I'll just like sit back and watch Netflix all day. I'll just be poor. Or I'll go poor, or I'll just be homeless. I'll just be this lazy member of society. I think that's a lot of people's greatest fear. But in reality, this is what happens. We make a mistake, and if we take the time to, or just the awareness to learn from that mistake, then we learn and grow from it. And then, okay, I ate ice cream all day. Great, I got to experience that. I now realize that I feel like shit when I do that. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. So then what's next? And then there's the next thing that's your highest excitement. And then you just keep going to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But make sure it's your highest excitement. So the number 2 thing that happens is you get exactly what you're wanting in life, and you experience amazing synchronicities that allow you to talk to the right person at the right time. And it's just an amazing, miraculous way to live life. And that's what we've been doing for the past 5 years since we met. And we're now living our dream life internationally. We're now in Bali at this incredible, beautiful villa that we're living in, and we're serving our soulmate clients and making these amazing videos every day. So it works from my experience.
And we're having a baby. Yeah. Yes.
That too, we're having a baby.
And that definitely took some magic and miracles, because I was 39 and it only took us a handful of tries with this inflow highest excitement. And the highest excitement.
What's number 2, honey?
Number 2, drum roll. So the second thing that you need to know about this new moon is that there's going to be a fiery aspect of Mars, that passion, that heat, and it's going to blend with Venus, which is much more vulnerable, feminine, and tender. So we have this yin and yang energy coming together, the lower root chakras, the kind of animalistic, and the more higher chakras, celestial, divine. So this is a great time to blend some sacred sexuality. This could be an opportunity for you to pull in your partner with your pleasure. It could also be an opportunity, if you have a partner, to really do some sacred sexual practices, to connect intimately, diving in deep to your soul, allowing your band-aids to come off, to expose your bruises and your beauty alike. I know that I myself used to be a people pleaser, and this turned out to be not only in my everyday life, but in my personal love life. And with my partners, I would focus on pleasing them and looking good and having that kind of disconnected sexuality. But when I was able to start really grounding into my lower chakras, discovering my pleasure, my Martian energy, my warrior goddess, and letting my freak flag fly at the same time, or maybe it takes a little while to figure this one out, how to put them together, but at some point I also developed my meditation practice and bringing my meditation, my spiritual presence, breath work, moving energy through the chakras, using visualization, calling in spirit guides. You may want to call in Mother Mary, she is here. You may want to call in any of your favorite spirit guides or energies and bring this into your bedroom practice with your partner or with yourself. And so closing up that gap between the lust of the Mars energy and the sacred Madonna that can be up here and forget. When we bring these together, oh my goodness, that is when we connect in partnership. That is when you can immaculately conceive your star baby if you're trying to have a kid, or if you want to manifest any type of miracle. You can really bring your energy through all of your chakras, all of your body, all of your light body, your aura, and produce these kind of metaphysical, like, how did that happen? Miracles. And it feels really good. And the orgasm isn't just this kind of pulsing, throbbing feeling in your bones and blood. It is a whole body, whole auric experience that goes beyond this time and space. So what do you think of that, honey?
That's nice.
It's very nice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the third new moon tip?
The thing that you need to know is that it's time to embrace king or queen-like communication. There's going to be a boost in your confidence, in your throat chakra opening at this time. So many of us light workers have been people pleasers, have been coming from a place of speaking at the same time that we're editing, thinking, what does the person I'm speaking to want to hear? Are they going to accept me? Are they going to judge me? And
I'm a people pleaser. I just want to tell people what makes them like me.
Exactly. We've all been there at some point, and this comes from being the conditioned child. We get raised in school not to speak out of turn. We get conditioned by the bullies. Oh, ha ha ha, you said something so dumb. And we can constantly live in this fear that we're going to make a fool out of ourselves. So with this new moon, we have the new moon, Mercury and Venus are all trying to Uranus. And that means that there's this really open portal for communication. Whereas in the past, we might have been all blocked up. We might have been stuttery or just energetically been like, oh, it's really hard to say what I want. This is going to give you a boost where you might just be like, hey, want to go out on a date with me? Or here's what I'm feeling from my heart. Or do you want to try out some handcuffs in bed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see? So whereas in the past, we might have had this shame, shadow kind of obscuring who we really are, we will have this freedom due to this new moon. So go for it. And at the same time, we want to not only express our desires, we also want to express to our partner, our soul family, what we don't want, our needs and boundaries. And this is coming up so much in our soul family. We have found this working out where women or men, they're speaking from their king or queen-like confident voice. Whereas in the past, maybe they would not really know how to express what they wanted. One example is one of my clients. She was struggling with her twin flame. They have a baby. They have a lot of stress in their lives, figuring out how to manage all the time, the money, and where they want to go in their lives next. And she came to me and said, you know what, I've had it. I just want to walk away from my twin. I want to just raise our child alone. And I said, well, let me ask you, what do you want from your husband? What do you want in a relationship? What do you want, period? And she went, that's a good question. She's like, I know what I don't want because it's not working right now, but I never really thought about that. So I gave her the assignment to write down exactly what she wants, not just from this man, but from anybody who comes into her intimate life, anybody that's going to co-parent with her, anybody that's going to have sex with her, all the things that this role of husband might be. So she got super clear, she wrote it down, and she said, I surrender who it is, if it's the partner that I'm with now, or if it's something better, or if I raise this baby alone. And he ended up calling her almost immediately, saying, let's get together, let's work things out. I've been a total asshole. I'm so sorry. I've been doing all this stuff because my family put all this pressure on me, and I realize I'm stuck in this fear spiral, and I want to be with you. I want to worship you like a goddess. You are my queen. And she was like, whoa, this stuff really works. So you'll have this ability. Your superpower will be your communication this new moon, and you want to be able to know where you're speaking from. So maybe you want to do this assignment as well, finding out what you want. And we have an exciting course. It's called Twin Flame Self-Love Bootcamp, which is where we teach you how to set sacred boundaries and really marry yourself as a queen of self-love. And this course is designed for single women. It could also work if you're in a new relationship or even if you've been struggling for a while. But ultimately, it's all about that radiant, magnificent goddess of love that is inside of you, that has been trying to come out, that just needs some help shearing those layers off and creating a really solid pillar foundation for that queen in you to call him or her in with your pleasure, clarity, and setting boundaries with the energies that don't serve you anymore. So click the link below in the description box.
If you dig this video, please hit that subscribe button right over there. I think I'm pointing my hand in the right direction. That's a subscribe button right there, right?
Or so. There.
Okay, or there, yeah. And we will see you on the next video. We have many more videos coming every single week on spiritual growth, twin flame attraction, and new moon and full moon updates.
And some of you have been asking for a bump shot. You're like, Amanda, I know you're 7.5 months pregnant. And so since it's the new moon and I'm shaped like a moon right now, I thought I'd show you our little baby bump. So here is our little baby. We are going to announce the sex at some point soon. We know if it's a girl or a boy. We had an astrology report last year, and we were told that we would be conceiving a healthy baby boy in January. And we conceived a healthy baby in January. This baby has been healthy, kicking really strong, waking mama up at night with some kicks. And the other thing is that we had a craniosacral therapist muscle test us at 2 months, and she said it's a boy. The other thing that happened is that we live in Bali, and the rule is in Bali, if you have a baby boy, you're gonna be, when you're pregnant, you're not gonna wanna do your hair, you're not gonna wanna do your makeup, you're gonna wanna just care about, you know, the easy things in life, kind of like a guy. He doesn't do his hair and makeup, right? Unless he's a super feminine person. And the difference would be with boys also is that they kick stronger. So I've had all of these things come into place, and post in the comments below. Do you think that we have a boy, or do you think that we are gonna be, or that we were surprised and went, it's a girl? Post in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. What's your bet? Some of you have guessed a couple of months back. I wonder if you're, wondering if it's the same or if it's different. And thanks for joining us for this journey. Lots of love. Namaste. Namaskar.